Cool, you can get mad at me, curse me out. I already get it every single day. When you're letting them go down a path that you know you wouldn't want to go down. Like, be honest with ourselves here. And I know, I sound like an asshole. I'm a firm believer that if a lot of people knew more about food, it would completely change the dynamic of society. And I'm just being honest with you. You know, remember in health class where you were learning what a food pyramid is, and then they would tell you, oh, dairy's this, that, and that, and then when you grow up, it's like none of that really mattered. It really never went into detail of like what each food does, what a macro was. And to be honest with you, I feel like it was a waste of time. And today I basically want to like give you more awareness when it comes to food, because that's what it'll bring you when you know more about what you're eating, how much you're eating, and most importantly, where it's coming from. You know, because the biggest thing that holds most people back is food. Like, they know how to work out. We all know how to work out. We all know what to do when we go to the gym. You either walk or you lift some weights. You either go outside and walk, bike, cycling, swimming. I don't know what it is, but we all know some form of activity that we can do or we used to do that if we were to pick back up, it would help our endurance. It would help us on our weight loss journey. It would help us on our bodybuilding journey. And the main thing that always holds us back is like, I don't know how to eat, man. And today I want to basically give you more awareness when it comes to food and how you should prioritize and how you should look at it. So let's get into it. Now, the biggest thing when it comes to food that I always say is know what a carb, protein, and fat is. For example, right? These small potatoes, these are carbs. This ground beef that I'm about to finish up because it's going to be my 4th meal of the day. This is going to be my 4th meal of the day. Those are the proteins. These are my veggies, celery. Now, knowing what a protein, fat, and carb is crucial when it comes to your health. And I'll even go into deeper detail. For example, peanut butter, it's a fat. It's not necessarily a carb. Yes, it has carbs in it, but it's higher in fat than it is in carbs. And sometimes, depending on the type of peanut butter that you get, this has higher amounts of protein versus others that might have less and some might have more. So the biggest thing is you need to understand is once you know what a protein, carb, veggie is, then you look at this, it helps you identify what you're going to be eating to a whole different level, right? Because it gives you nutritional awareness. And when you're able to come in here and say, okay, cool, it has 200 calories, it has 60 grams of fat, it has 7 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of protein per serving. So that means every 200 calories, those are the macros you're going to get. And basically the serving size is 2 tablespoons, which is 32 grams of peanut butter. So let's say if you have a food scale or you have a tablespoon, this is not a tablespoon, but let's say this is a tablespoon, right? Let's say if I took 2 tablespoons of this, it would tell me that's 200 calories, that's 17 grams when it comes to fat, 8 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of protein. And that's basically going to tell you how much you're going to be intaking when it comes to your macros. And that's what macros are, right? Macros is your fat, your carbs, and your protein. And let's say if you're trying to lose weight, you want to be in a calorie deficit while eating a high protein diet, you always want to make sure that your protein is higher than, let's say, your fats. Your protein is higher than your carbs, so therefore you can put your body in a position to where it holds on to muscle mass a lot more, which is going to allow you to increase your metabolism, increase your metabolic rate, the amount of energy that you burn throughout the day, while enjoying some foods that you love. This is why you hear a lot of people tell you this. You can eat the foods you love and still lose weight. And this is what they truly mean about this. It's actually knowing your macros. So therefore, while you're eating, you can identify how much of what is what. So therefore, you can actually fit into those numbers and categories to put you in a better position to actually lose this weight, or to put you in a better position to gain your muscle, stay in shape, whatever goal you want to accomplish. And I'll give you an easy way of actually identifying your macros. And what I want you to basically do is go to calculator.net to find out how much calories you need to lose weight, gain weight, or just, stay the same, but gain a little bit more muscle. And then what I want you to do is to download MyFitnessPal and put those calories in MyFitnessPal. And once you input those calories into MyFitnessPal, it's going to help you identify what you could place your macros at. And one thing I always say is if you want to build muscle, put yourself in a high protein diet. So meaning your protein is going to be at 40% to about 35%, and your carbs are going to be at 35% to about 30%. And what you'll see is MyFitnessPal will give you your macros because you already found the amount of calories you need for your body, and that's just about identifying the macros that you need within MyFitnessPal. And once you do that, just stick to those macros and aim to hit that amount of protein, that amount of carbs, that amount of fats every day, and you'll find yourself hitting your goals more and more, most importantly, faster. So this is what knowing more about food will do for you. It will show you and help you identify your macros, so therefore you could put yourself in a better position to be more successful with this journey. Now, once you got this figured out, your ability to lose weight should be that much higher, because now you know how to identify your calories and your macros, and once you do that, it's just a matter of implementing it, right? Now, Again, when it comes to food, if you want to perform better in the gym, you still need to know more about food. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to go and lift 405, 500 without having an adequate amount of nutrients to actually give your body, so therefore you can be more successful in the gym. And I really hope that just break down a little bit of everything for you, so therefore you can be more successful when it comes to your journey, right? Now, going deeper into this, once you've identified, okay, cool, I know what my macros, I know what my calories are, now it's about sticking to them, right? And biggest thing I'd say is when sticking to them is look towards more whole foods. If you eat processed foods majority of the time, you're more likely to have heart disease, stroke, diabetes, cancer, all these things. And that's one of the biggest struggles that we have in this country, is the fact that we all eat fast food and we eat it every single day, all day, every day. And when it comes to identifying whole foods, we have a hard time doing so because we're so used to fast food as we were growing up, especially my generation. And the only way to change that is by making small changes along the way. Meaning, instead of going out for breakfast and getting Starbucks, make it at home. Give yourself 3 eggs, 4 eggs, 2 pieces of turkey bacon, whole wheat bread. Sit your ass at home and eat that breakfast at home. Make yourself an oatmeal. Make yourself a yogurt frappe. I don't know what it is. Use whole foods from the supermarket that you go in and you shop for, so therefore you can come home and create yourself a healthy breakfast every morning. And I promise you that will A, change your energy levels for the day, B, make you feel more satisfied for the day, and C, it will give you more control over your nutrients throughout the rest of the day. Because once you have a healthy breakfast, because most of us don't even eat breakfast, once you have a healthy breakfast, then therefore when you go towards lunch, you're going to be a lot more mindful of what you eat, because you're like, damn, I just had this for breakfast. And then when you eat a fast food, you're going to feel different than what you felt in the morning. You'll be like, whoa, my stomach doesn't feel good right now. And that's because when it comes to food, it has different effects on your body, and until you do differently, you'll never realize it. For the longest time, I used to love Wendy's, McDonald's, and then I stopped eating Wendy's and McDonald's for about a year or so. I went back to eating it after a year. I threw up after taking one bite of that sandwich. Why? Because that shit was nasty. I don't know what was in it. I don't know what happened. All I did was take a bite. I threw up. I threw the rest of the sandwich out. I threw out the rest of the fries. Ever since that day, I stopped eating Wendy's, I stopped eating McDonald's, I stopped eating Taco Bell, all of it. And if ever I want anything from there, I create it at home, my own version, my own way. And you can literally scroll through my videos on YouTube, Instagram, whenever, and you'll find myself actually cooking these things for myself because I prefer doing things organically. And here's the thing, a lot of you will be like, yeah, but it's so expensive. It's really not. Think about it, especially nowadays. You used to go to Chipotle, a bowl of Chipotle used to be $9, $8. Now you go, it's $12.50 and the portions are still small. And you're telling me that's not more expensive than going to the grocery store, spending that $12 on a bag of potatoes, maybe a pack of ground beef, and you get a piece of the broccoli, which will probably last you 2, 3, 4, 5 meals instead of eating it all in one sitting? What's more expensive? The fast food is more expensive. So the idea of, oh, it's more expensive, is actually kind of bullshit, because it really isn't. It's not anymore. You know, now it's more expensive to eat out than it is to actually eat at home. And until you realize that and do differently, you'll never notice it. And if you keep saying, oh, it's more expensive, because you probably have a perception of it back in the day and that you only saw it one way, or you're probably seeing somebody eating steak every damn meal and you're like, oh my God, that's probably expensive. Yeah, no duh, but they probably have the money and resources to do so. But if you don't have the money and resources to do so, you can still eat healthier and at a cheaper budget. It's possible. It's just you actually sitting down saying, let me actually make an eating plan for myself. Okay, cool, this is what I like, this is what I enjoy. This is what I'm gonna get from the grocery store. Oh wow, came down to about $70. Now think about it. You order Uber Eats once, that's already $40, $30. And if you do that 3 times a week, that's already $120. So what is actually cheaper? Sitting your ass at home, cooking your meals, and eating it. That's cheaper. So don't come in here telling me it's more expensive, because it's not, and I will prove you wrong and over again if you go in the comment section and tell me so. Please do, so therefore I can have some conversation and boost the algorithm. And last but not least, sustainability. You know, when you know more about food, it allows you to be more sustainable. It allows you to actually be healthier for a longer period of time. It actually gives you more control about what you eat, how you eat it, but most importantly, how you feel overall. You know, a lot of people, they deal with mental health, and sometimes just changing your food actually can change your mental health. I know it did for me. And here's the thing, it's not gonna do it overnight, no, but over time, by taking these action steps that I just gave you, it will actually put you in a better position to actually do so. And here's the thing, a lot of people struggle with depression, anxiety. I promise you, if you change the way you eat, it's gonna change that. Because here's the thing, I remember there was a time I was so anxious about my health because I thought I was going to die every single day. Why? Because all I was eating was fast food. I kept getting these heartburn, these heart spikes, and I was like, bro, that's not normal, is it? And my friend was like, yeah, I get that too. We were both eating fast food and junk every single day. No duh, he got that too. And then until I changed that, that's when everything changed. That's when I started feeling better. That's when I actually wanted to do more. I had more energy. So with more energy, I was able to perform more. And when me able to perform more, I was able to get better, get stronger, get healthier, everything. But it did not change overnight. It took time. It took time to learn. It took time to grow. It took time to actually implement the things that I'm telling you into my day-to-day life, so therefore I can be more successful. Most importantly, be healthier and a better version of myself. And last but not least, learn how to cook, man. Learn how to cook, girl. You are about to hit your 20s, 30s, 40s, and you don't know how to cook. That's a problem. And you know that's a problem. It's a fact. Think about it. You're 40 years old. You got 2 kids. Mom, can you make me lunch? Yeah, honey. You go to the freezer, you get some frozen fries, and you go to the freezer, get some frozen burger, and that's all you know how to make. Or you literally take the mac and cheese packs, and that's all you know how to make. That's a problem. That means your kids are going to be suffering with you. I'm just being honest. 100%. And here's the thing, I used to deal with that too. Because when we used to rent, that's all I used to eat until I realized, yo, let's not do that anymore. Let's change what we're actually eating. Let's change how we actually eat. And once we did these small little things that I'm telling you right now, everything changed for us. We all started eating healthier. We all started cooking more. Guys, my 6-year-old little sister is asking me about what a protein is. To me, that's a fucking win. Because she's able to say, hey, is that a protein? I'm like, yeah. And when I'm drinking my protein shakes or making them, she's like, can I get a sip? I'm like, yeah. That shit makes me proud as fuck. Why? Because I know I did it the right way. Instead of saying, oh, let's just eat this, eat that. No, I said, no, let's sit down. Let's actually create something for ourselves so therefore we can be healthier overall as a family. Guys, nothing will change without you changing. If you want to see your kid healthier, you want to see your kid in a better position, you have to change too. A lot of people have kids that are 16, 17, that are already 250, 300 pounds, 350. And they think that's normal. When you're letting them become overweight, when you're letting them struggle with this life, when you're letting them go down a path that you know you wouldn't want to go down. Like, be honest with ourselves here. And I know, I sound like an asshole. I'm sorry, but it's true. And sometimes the truth hurts. If you letting your kid at 16, at 15, at 12, be 200, 250, 300 pounds, I'm sorry, you as a parent, you're failing him right now. You're failing her right now. And until you change what you eat, they're never going to change what they eat. Until you change how you do things, they're never going to change how they do things. It's just a fact. It's a fact, fam. Come on now. You can argue with it. You can get emotional about it. You can be like, oh, fuck you, Karl, this and that. Cool. But until you change anything, nothing's going to change in your life. Cool, you can get mad at me, curse me out. I already get it every single day. When I'm training a client, I get a quick fuck you. Why do I got to do this? Because you paid me to do it. I'm playing. But no, seriously though. You can curse me out as much as you want because of what I just said. But at the end of the day, it's the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts, but I'm just being honest with you. And most people won't be honest with you. Most people tell you, oh, your kids are fine. They'll outgrow it. No, they won't. They won't, because they'll only know one thing and one way of doing things, and that's the thing they're going to carry for the rest of their life, and it's going to put them in a bad position for the rest of their life. And I don't want that for your kid. I want the next generation to be strong, powerful, healthy, sexy. And the only way we can do that is by us, the older generation, to actually take initiative and change some things now. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And I really hope this gave you guys a different perspective, different point of view when it comes to food, and apply these steps so therefore you can be more successful. All right? Have the best of your life. Stay beautiful. Stay blessed. Let's change this shit. Come on.